Welcome to the Michigan. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry, and I'm here at the Michigan Golf Show today. Thousands of avid Michigan golfers around, and we're fortunate to have today with us Bernie Friedrich, who is the Vice President of Golf and Resorts and about everything else up there at Boyne and the Boyne Mountain Estates, and Harry Bowers, who has a few little contacts with Boyne, with thanks to the Jones boys, and we'll talk a little bit about Bernie. What's happening up there at Boyne these days?
You know, after we had a fire, as you know, actually we had two fires. We had one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, but we're still having a good ski season, and looking forward to summer. We got a lot of rounds on the books already, and one of our golf courses that continues to grow every year is Cricketry, and it's really getting popular, and it's probably our top 3 golf courses and rounds played.
And Harry, you had a little something to do with that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the original owner, Steve Matthews, and John Jorgensen, who still works for Boyne, approached me many moons ago. But I think that property was maybe Steve's uncle's or something like that. So it was in the family. And Steve had developed Trout Creek condominiums and been very successful at it. And he wanted to do golf housing. I'm sure John Jorgensen had something to do with the golf side of that. But that's what we did. I did the master plan for him, laid out all the houses and the roads and the golf. And I think they got a local engineer to tighten up the lots and the roads and that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was a great project. It was a great piece of property, and at the time, you know, money was kind of tight, so we kind of did things on a shoestring, but I understand that the Boyne people have had Arthur Hills back in to kind of, you know, make a few changes and, you know, upgrade it a little bit. You know, golf courses, as they get older, they're like anything else. They suffer the ravages of time, too.
Yeah, Harry, we did the 16th, 17th, and 18th hole, and made the 17th probably was the biggest change, and, you know, made it it's still a par 5, but made it so you didn't have to hit over that ravine, just it goes through the ravine. So that was a big change for a good change for a lot of people that can't hit it very far.
I always thought that was kind of a tough hole. Even the third shot for somebody that was laying up was tough.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We flattened out the 18th, you know, so it didn't, you know, it was kind of on a slope and didn't have a lot of pin placements.
Yeah.
So Art put 3 like levels in it so we can get different pin places. Did you design all the greens?
Yeah, I did all the design work. Had a shaper start, but like I said, money was kind of tight, so they switched it out and brought in somebody local. I think it was maybe Tim Furness's brother, maybe. I think he's a local contractor. Tim Furness I'm still pretty friendly with, and he's in Montana now, but he does some pretty good shaping. But I think it was his brother. And I understood. I mean, it was cheaper, and you know, it was tight, but I kind of lost control of some of that design and the greens and the bunkers, but it's okay, you know. I mean, it happens. So, but John Jorgensen was he was a golf pro, you know, former golf pro, very good player, great personality.
He was the first golf pro at the Heather.
Yeah, and he is kind of partners up with Steve Matthews, so I had to yield on a lot of that stuff, and it's not easy. Jack and I were talking about that before. You're a golf professional, you play the game at a real high level. It's not always the easiest thing to transition to golf course design, because sometimes the things in your mind don't really work out in the field, and vice versa. I was talking to Jack about it, that I've worked a lot with tour players, and the tour players do bring something to the game, but sometimes their ideas don't work in the field, and that's why you need somebody in the design end or construction end to kind of soften that.
Yeah, exactly. Nicholas, for instance, you know, he made some of the hardest golf courses ever out there, because that's the way that's the way he liked it. That's the way he saw it,
but his greens are tough these days. I told Jack he got doked. He did that golf course Sabonic with Tom Doak, and ever since then he started doing Tom Doak greens. I bet you Doak gets a kick out of that. I taught Jack how to design greens.
Exactly. They are tough. There we have a golf course at Big Sky, our other resort, and there's a golf course that Jack did. Actually, our golf course is Arnold Palmer. There's a Weiss golf course there and a Nicklaus golf course. And that Nicklaus golf course is, they have a tough man contest on it, and it's brutally hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack and I were talking about that earlier too. The older I get, the easier my golf courses are becoming. The more playable they are, the more friendly. Cut down on the number of bunkers you have. Make it fun.
Right, exactly. We've had Art back. He did Bay Harbor as well, and we're making the bunkers narrower, moving them in from the fairway side because, the average player can't hit, long bunker shots, and trying to make it fun. Get rid of forced carries.
It's all about the fun now, and I think this newer generation of golfers, I say newer, but the guys that are 30, 40 years old, they don't have time. They don't have 6 hours to spend, really, and they don't want to shoot 100. They don't want to be embarrassed. So let them have some fun. I mean, especially up in Boyne.
Right.
We were just talking to Kelly at the Rock. I mean, come on. You can't get at treetops. Can you get better scenery than northern Michigan? That's right. You don't need the golf course to be so difficult. Enjoy yourself.
Exactly. Enjoy yourself, and, like you said, time element, but, and having fun is the key. Like you said, everybody, we have, our season ticket or our day ticket, our most popular ticket is from 9:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. That's more than 4 or 5 hours, but people are having fun. There's no scorecard involved in that, so just make it easy.
Bernie, we're going to lose our golfers. We're going to keep losing golfers if we don't change the way we think about golf and this idea championship golf. There's a place for it, don't get me wrong, but every golf course, I mean, come on.
We've taken if you look at our brochures and stuff, we take all the words out, like challenging. You never see that in there. Long, tough driving or things like that, and we take all of those words out and just try to make it fun.
Oh, wait a minute. You drained the pond in front of 18 at Heather? Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So
great news.
You can play around it a little bit more. Yeah.
Times are changing.
Yeah. We added a forward tee. In fact, we did. Right. We've made, back to the fun part, we had 5 tees on most of our golf courses, and we have now made either combo tees or added another tee, so it's at about 6,200 yards at all of our golf courses, and that's what the members usually play.
That's what we're doing in Florida. Most of my work is now in Florida, and every golf course I go to, we talk about having member tees or senior tees, and like I said, now that I'm older, I'm like, boy, God, this is smart.
We're trying to get juniors to play, so you have to.
Yeah. We've a long time ago we took since we have 5 tees, the traditional blue and black and white and red, we colored those purple and silver and all different colors, so people wouldn't come up and say, well, I usually play the black or the bank. Exactly.
So what else is happening on the many courses there at Boyne Country?
Well, we're going to keep, we redid some irrigation. We added, some more heads to the greens. We're using less water these days. We're using less chemicals. We're trying to make, again, go back to the thing, we're trying to make the golf course firmer and faster.
That irrigation's a never-ending battle, isn't it?
Especially if you don't have a lot of snow in our areas, as cold as it gets, that we get a lot of, yes, exact stuff like that. So we're going to keep reinventing ourselves. We have, our plan isn't to be how many rounds we can get anymore. We're trying to create an experience now, and it goes to quality, and it goes back to the speed of play. We don't try to get 200 people on a golf course. We try to get about 70 to 75% of the tee times available.
And the quality experience, yes.
And it goes back to the speed of play.
Well, so many like a lot of public courses that I play, they don't do tee times. They send them as soon as they're out of range, you hit. Well, I mean, that slows it up.
Well, I remember Everett, where we were figuring out how many carts we needed, and he figured that's okay. There's a group on the tee, there's a group in the fairway, and there's a group on the tee on the green. And I go, no, that's gridlock. That's you're not moving. Anybody's moving at that time. So
Front here, there's so many people here. You sit out on Grand River for an hour just to get into this golf show, which is a good thing. But
and it goes back to the other thing. We're not trying to be how many people we get, and we're not the cheapest. We want to create a quality experience. I figure there's two types of golfers. One that really want to play, and the other one that golf courses, they're being with their buddies, and a golf course is a commodity. And, we try to accommodate those at different times of day and on different golf courses, and have people that really enjoy it and experience, play the Heather and the Hills and, Bay Harbor and some of our other ones.
Hey, you've got such a variety there. Just golf courses. The design of each golf course is so different, and then you throw in all the views.
Yeah, we think we're fortunate. A lot of places have one good golf course and then another golf course, and we can move people around. That if the Heather's not available, they can play the Ross, and they don't mind being able to switch around and things like that.
I like the Ross.
It's getting to be one of my favorites. 104. I'm.
Jack and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
The balls get shorter and shorter.
Ross is fun to play.
Yeah, 125 traps on it though.
Yeah.
Right. And it looks bad. Our marketing, our maintenance budget, 27% of it our budget is with the bunkers.
Hey, that's the trend, Bernie. It's not just Michigan, it's not just Florida, it's all over the country. I'm in Morehead City, North Carolina right now, and we're reducing the number of bunkers. Yeah. You just don't need them, and they cost money, like I said. And the average golfer really doesn't care that you have 3 or 4 bunkers out there.
Yeah, there is with the bunkers.
It's unbelievable. The USGA's got a great little pamphlet they put out about bunkers and maintenance, and it's called The Money Pit. And they got a guy in the bunker raking it, not playing out of it. It's the money pit. It is. It's a huge concern for us down in Florida, and it's got to be a huge concern here.
Yeah.
You've just got to. And I really don't think the average golfer misses anything if you took Ross and you reduced 25 or 30% of the bunkers, took them out, they'd.
I know the guys in my league will be happy. So we've been talking with Bernie Friedrich from Boyne Country, president of golf and resorts and about everything else up there at Boyne in the Boyne Mountain Estates. And Harry Bowers, who has a few little, and Harry Bowers, who is from every country. And I'm Jack Berry, and good talking with you.